Hello, lovely people. Priscilla here from the land of the hornbills. This time I'm sharing with you a recipe for a lovely steamed bread pudding. Growing up, we always had the baked bread pudding, and it was only in the early 80s, I remember, that I came across a lovely steamed bread pudding at my sister-in-law to be's house. One of these days I will hunt for that recipe. It had coconut milk in it, if I remember correctly. On the screen, you can see the ingredients that I will be using in today's recipe. I will be using white bread, 6 slices of white bread, 5 large eggs, full cream milk, some condensed milk, granulated sugar, which I will use for the caramel, and some water, which will also go into the making of the caramel. I'm also using some vanilla extract, or you can use some vanilla essence. This is the heavy bottom saucepan that I'm going to use to do the caramel in. Firstly, in goes the sugar and the water. I'm now going to put this over a medium flame so that it caramelizes nicely without burning. So now I have it on a medium flame. I'll just leave it to caramelize while I do the other stuff. Now you can see that I'm breaking the bread here into pieces. You can also remove the crusts if you want, but I have not removed the crusts. I believe that they will all soak into the mixture later on and it will all become soft and it will all mush together. Now that everything is done, I'll set that aside. Now I'm checking on the caramel. You can see that it's turning a very light color here. I'm just waiting for it to turn a light golden amber. I'm not very confident in letting it turn too dark. I'm very worried that it will burn. So once it turns a golden amber, I'm going to pour it like this into the prepared 9-inch round cake pan that I have, or 23 centimeters in diameter. I'm just swirling it around so it will coat the entire bottom of the pan. Once that is done, I will leave the caramel to cool down so that it will solidify. Now I'm going on to the next stage for the bread pudding. I'm going to dissolve 3 tablespoons of condensed milk into that jug of full cream milk. Once that's done, I'm just giving it a little whisk. I'm adding a pinch of salt here and also a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now I'm just going to mix everything together. Just a couple minutes of whisking would be fine. Now I'm pouring everything over the bread pieces in the container. And I'm just going to mush everything in to the milk mixture. That container sprung a leak, so I've changed it into a bowl. And here now you can see I'm just giving it a very good mixing together before setting it aside. I'm now breaking all 5 eggs into the jug and then giving it a good whisking for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes before pouring it all over into that bread mixture in the bowl. Once all the egg is in the bowl, I'm just going to give it another few minutes of good whisking just to break up the bread pieces even more. Once it gets a bit smoother, I'm just going to cover this bowl and let it rest for about 30 minutes. Once the 30 minutes is up, I'm giving it another good whisking. This will make it even more smooth. Now I'm pouring it over the hardened caramel in the cake pan. I have got my steamer ready. And now this goes on the steaming rack. Since my water is already simmering, I'm going to bring this over to my steamer right now. Look, I have a very old school steamer that serves me really well. I still love this steamer. I keep it to this day. It has been with me for a good 20 odd years, I believe. So now that the water is boiling, I'm putting the steaming rack with the bread pudding on it and covering it with a clean tea towel. This is to ensure that no water drips onto the pudding while it steams. And it needs to steam for about an hour. After an hour, I'm removing the lid and also the tea towel. I'm now using a cake tester to see whether it's fully cooked, and it is. Now this is the bread pudding as it came out of the steamer, and this is the bread pudding after an overnight in the fridge. So now I'm going to turn it over onto a plate so you can see it in all its goodness. Ooh, wow, doesn't that look gorgeous, people? While some may prefer to have their pudding warm out of the steamer, I like mine chilled. You can enjoy yours whichever way you would like to. And as the famous saying goes, the proof of the pudding is in its eating. So let me share with you what this tastes like. I'm cutting a good slice here. It has a very silky texture, not unlike creme caramel, but this is a bit denser because of the bread in it. Yum, take a look at this slice. All that dripping caramel. I just can't wait to dig in. Now take a look at that slice. In spite of me just whisking up the bread, see, it's gone very smooth as it steams. Now let me take a good piece of this slice and tell you how really yummy it is. It's well chilled, and here it goes. That's really good. I do hope you try this recipe at some point. If you find that the whole recipe is too much, you can just halve the recipe. It will turn out very well. You can even add dried fruits like raisins to it. I don't mind it, but the little people in my house will not go near it if I did that. I do hope you have enjoyed this video, folks. Thank you for watching.